All right. I think I was sort of kind of late. I guess we can call this fashionably late. Or just I'm busy and I mismanage my time, and I just wasn't paying attention to the time. Looked up, realized I still had to get some coffee. I didn't even get a snack yet. It is what it is. But okay. Hey, Danny, how's it going? Besides firing this up late, almost forgetting to get me some coffee. I have nothing prepped or planned. It's been interesting. Uh, I was at work Wednesday night, and the pickup truck was outside, and I guess due to the heat and age of the tires, the back tire exploded. So I spent the day yesterday trying to get a jack that will get that monster off the ground. So I had to drive an hour away, get a jack, come back, assemble it, get the truck lifted, then go chase down 5 new tires. So with that and everything else, it's just been busy, and I didn't plan anything. I don't know what I'm going to work on. I don't know what I'm going to do other than fall asleep. I don't know. I do have something cool to work on. I just don't know when I'm going to work on it. Something I picked up at Jacktown. I don't think this video has been released yet, but nice old ratchet. That's old Cornwell, a very old one. I've got to see if I have a pin wrench, one of the split jaw pin wrenches, that because I got a feeling that a pin wrench goes in there and it unscrews, but I don't know. Because to be honest, I have never seen a Cornwell ratchet that old. That'll be a blast. I got some coffee. I just got to let it come down to where it doesn't take the top 2 layers of my tongue off. I was debating whether I wanted to attempt to play with this or not, but I'm not sure. With a couple of pin ratchets that are on the scissors, I'm not sure if I have one that'll fit it. You know what? Since we're thinking about that, talking about that, let me just go walk over and check the drawer, see if I do have one that'll fit. So I have one. It is way too thick. Actually, it's a proto. I may have to measure. If I know what I did with my, or figured out what I did with my little tool. I'll have to figure the diameter of the holes so I know what size pin to drop in. Because I'm not going to take something in there and try to, like a punch, and try to tap on it to spin it, because I don't want to mar up the metal. I know I had a split jaw pin wrench. I just don't think that's. I was pretty sure that wasn't going to be one that would fit it. I'm not feeling anything in there moving other than, oh, wait, yep, there's something in there. apparently I done lost my flashlight. Doggone it. I like that one. Grab my other one. Geez, that's too bright. Bring it down. Yeah, I'm thinking that's what it is. I think it just this spins on. It's just a matter of getting the right jaw assembly to be able to release it. Hey, Travis. Everybody. He's the reason that I was late getting this started by 2 minutes. You can go ahead and tell them who you are so they know why. No biggie. I usually don't get anything started for the first 5-10 minutes. Anyways, usually takes me a bit to get my brain going. Yeah, I think I'm going to find a tool to be able to get in there and rotate this. That's flathead, so that should be able to pull the selector assembly out. I just don't know what I'm going to do on this one. I know I said I didn't want to do it, but I'm kind of curious. I don't want to damage it. Yeah, I think I'm gonna. Hey, how's it going? Yeah, I think I'm gonna put a hold on that one. See if I can find the proper pin wrench to be able to drop in there and actually get some attitude from the inside. I don't want to score it up, but like I said, a Cornwell that old, that'll be an awesome project to work on. Let me find something to. Yeah, probably not in the video that I've released, but I got a 15-inch diamond tool and horseshoe. Cool thing about this one, E&L Railroad. I think that's Escanaba and Lake Superior. So I think this one will need to be tidied up. Oop, 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 oop. Is this good size or not? So I'm going to use my cleaned up proto. Let's hope I don't chew it up too bad. Nope. I need one with a little bit narrower blade. Time to go after an old school craftsman. Actually, you know what? I get something that's got, I know it's got some attitude to it. I mean, there's some vessel ball handles here, but just ain't got enough room in there. That's the perfect fit. And this is the armored vessel that I really like. Oh, hey George, how you doing? Ooh, cool. Someday I'll have to have you educate me on all that silliness, because I ain't got a clue. Uh, I don't know if I showed you when I was up there, but I've got to find a split pin, a pin wrench that'll fit in this. This is the oldest Cornwell ratchet I've ever seen. So I would love to clean that one up. But as much as I like that, not as cool as 3/2 inches that I just got. I'm still babbling about the those wrenches. I didn't realize until I got home that those weren't 3/8, because that's all I've ever seen. Didn't realize that those 71 series. Those are 1/2 inches. Is that different? No. Oh, hey, Big Vic, how you doing? Nope. That's a diamond, tool, and horseshoe. But railroad, and have not found anything to prove me wrong, but I'm pretty sure that's Escanaba in Lake Superior. Sent it to Rob. Rob thought it was cool, and he did not dispute my thinking on it. This is not good. This bad boy is not releasing. It unscrews, no problem, but it ain't releasing. No, when I saw this on the table, I had to have it. It's like when I was looking in the bottom of that, there it is. Like when I was looking in the bottom of that tackle box that I ended up buying everything out of, and I found that ratchet that I didn't do such a good job hiding in the box and give you, George. I should have done what my original thought was, because when we were sitting over there listening to Scout Crafter talk, my original thought, and is what I should have done, is waited till everybody was about ready to leave, and then I would have give it to the boss and tell her, don't give this to him until you're halfway home. That's what I should have done. Okay. I need to do this. There we go. Next time. This one's going to be fairly easy. I don't see. Even the spring is in excellent condition. There's no rust in the spring, which is a rare thing for me. Pin's clean. No damage in that either. But I gotta be able to figure out how to get in that. That's gonna be the hard part. I think gonna have to go with my old school creation. Coat hanger. and then wrap it in some steel wool, send it down on a drill. Got back the brightness down. It's obnoxious. Oh, wow. I take that back. All I got to do is get some cotton swabs and some basic little cleaner in there. There is zero rust in the bottom of the thread hole. Just has old dirt, a little bit of old dirt hiding in it. This is amazing. I mean, granted, the outside ain't the prettiest, but ain't gonna be able to see. But down in the bottom of the hole, that's usually got a whole bunch of rust and crud in it. Mrs. Bigfoot got me a new coffee cup for doing this. She knows that I like the movie Sandlot, and I say, "You're killing me, Smalls." I say it all the time. Okay, I think we're gonna. Oh, let me set up. Like I said, I'm not ready, not prepared, not at all. Oh. I'll kind of make do with that. Let me get the 2 pieces over. Get the camera, or the phone, I should say. Ooh. I just stuck a piece of wire in my finger. Oh no, it's a piece of toothpick. I had toothpicks holding his cheap phone holder up. Yeah, this one's gonna take some work, but it'll clean up. Ain't gonna be hyper pretty because that's eating all the way down through it, but just make it look as good as I can. Should have a few dark spots because of rust, but that'll be all right. Got some little bit of aggressive pitting in it, but I don't care. I think this is the biggest one I got. Let me see what the other one was. Yeah, because the other one was only an 11-inch. So that's a 15. So that's bigger. I still got to get that one cleaned up. See what we got here, because I know I'm behind. Just going to try to knock the big chunks off with this one. I'll make it look better with the Dremel. At least I'll try to. That's the key. Just got to try. I think I'm going to have to replace this sooner than later because, and I know I say that every week, but it was an 8-inch and now it's not even close to an inch and a half. For the most part, this thing's in great shape. Whoop. I'd say close enough for this. I'll do it with the other piece in a bit. That's the hard part. Hey, Rob, how's it going? Okay. Let's see. I haven't looked at them yet. I loosely know what's in it. I got video 1, 2, 3, 4 done, uploaded out in the time, but your stuff, Dale's stuff, and what Mrs. Bigfoot found, that's all going to be in video 5, because obviously that's the best of the weekend. So I figured that would be the way to do it, is to have all that at the wrapping up all the crud that I acquired. Yeah, this I stumbled into. I only had the 11-inch model of this, thanks to George, because he sent it to me. So I was pretty sure it was much smaller than this, and since I got this home, yeah, it's definitely the biggest one I've ever seen. But being a theoretical railroad tool, that makes it even better. If I can get this looking good, it'll go good next to the snap-on train brake adjustment tool I got a couple years ago. I don't know if I ever showed you guys that one. So let me run over there and grab it. Because usually when I see these, they're a little bent up, chewed up, gnarled up, rusty, crusty. But I stumbled into, and I got my hands onto this. I didn't touch it. All I did is I didn't even have to wipe it down. This is very ultra close to new old stock. And this is still tight and snug. And if you look on the backside, very little friction marks from it rubbing. And to be honest, I don't even, let me look at the year because I just realized I'd never looked the date code up. So it's a straight box. This is from 1965. So it's brake adjustment, inspection tool, whatever they want to call it. I think it won't surprise some of you guys. I think I paid only $7 or $8 for that, and that included shipping. Either that, or because it was an inspection tool, they could just have one tool and shove it in their pocket, pull it out, be able to check. They could go off the side and actually hit the smaller stuff. I never did look into see if anybody had ever posted older videos on how that actually was used. I'm just going with the logic. Oh, that was dumb. I just made a mess out of this. That where'd it go? The rusty crusty that I found there in Jacktown, 11/16 Circle H. Inside of this was so gumped and grimed up down in here. I forgot that's still covered in all the grease and grime out of it. So I just started smearing that all over everything. I do have kind of a little bit of a knack for finding old, odd tools. Or I have a knack for finding tools that people are looking for. Like quarter drive set. Yep, my brain just went flatline. Crowder. Couldn't remember what it was. Or the BE ratchet at the bottom of the tackle box. I haven't figured out how or why, unless I just felt a disturbance in the force, and that's what attracted me to certain places to be able to snap and grab stuff. It was funny. Oh, I'm feeling dumb now. And I have misplaced his business card. Burnout's Garage. And it's going to drive me nuts to remember his name. It's got to be in one of the bags of the packages, or even something we brought with us, put it somewhere to where it wouldn't get lost. And of course, I protected it, so I've lost it. He went digging a table, and the guy told him that some guy almost bought him out. And then he turned around and saw my video this morning and realized I was the one that bought up all the industrial and engineers wrenches. I couldn't pass them up for a buck a piece. I think I left his tables with 34 wrenches, and most of them the large wrenches. So yeah, that's one of those. It's like every time I asked him how much, and he kept saying, "Well, how many you got?" And I'd say, "Well, 4, 6, 10." And he's like, "Okay, 4, 6, $10." And I was okay. Let's just pile everything up. And I told him. He said, "This." I was like, "Sold." It's going to keep me busy for the next 5 years, but I think when those big wrenches get stripped down, cleaned up, I think I'm gonna blue most of them, because the ones that I've blued before in the past, I think they just look right with that kind of a industrial look to it. Have a good one. Thanks for swinging by. See if this is going to work or fail. Oh my gosh, prices were crazy good this year. I mean, there were a few guys that I know they're trying to make some money, but I would say probably 20-25% of the tables, not just tools, but just stuff in general, they were a little on the high side. But most everybody else, it was amazing. The 50-cent tables, the dollar tables, even $2, $3, $5 tables, there was a ton of stuff. I did buy a ratchet that's Powercraft, and I think I only paid $5 for it. It's in excellent condition. I don't have to do much cleaning to it, except for gut it, degrime it, lube it up. But since it's Powercraft, you know who and why I bought that wrench. It ain't going to my collection. As much as I'd like to add it, you know where that one's going. So the channel's not perfect due to the staining and the rust, but it is a whole lot better than it was. Now I just got to get the rest of it looking good. I'm good with this dark staining because of the rust and pitting. Because a good chunk of that's just because the finish is completely blown off. But I'm good with that. So I really don't want to get too silly with it, because if I get silly with it, then I'm going to end up peeling all the finish off and trying to on the belt sander, and it's going to take a long time. Oh no. I watched was it Redbeard and Ryan Lionhead. Oh no, axes are not cheap by any stretch of the imagination. 250 to 650 is kind of the average price on a lot of axes. Depending upon the head, depending upon the company and kind of the era, because some of them were ultra rare. They just the head alone doesn't have to have a handle. They are insane in prices. I saw a axe head that I thought was interesting. It went on eBay. It was only going to be up for 1 week. I caught it maybe 20, 30 minutes after it got fired in. I watched it. Thing went up to $840. It was just all because of the axe head and the company, the style that it was made. It was just, I was like, okay, I am definitely not getting into the axe game because I can't afford that. Would I like one? Yeah. You know, if Ryan does, I don't know, I might spend a little bit of money if Ryan makes a custom axe that he sells. I know Redbeard does some very I know Redbeard makes some custom axes, and I think they're between 300 and 500, but they're those very good quality wood, hand tuned. Those are just, they're beasts. Is it worth it? Probably. Is it going to be one of those that I would have to think about and then take a long time to save up? Yeah. Would I use it? That would probably be the difficult thing, because if I got one from either of them two, I know they built them to be users, but because of the work done on them, I wouldn't want to tear them up. They would more. It'd be an expensive showpiece. I didn't hear you, Travis. What did you say? Huh? I didn't hear it. What, the axes that they custom work on? I think Redbeard was actually making his own. Well, he's working with another company on the axe heads themselves, but he actually, I think he copper coats them and does other stuff. But uh, yeah, they're awesome. I'm not sure if Ryan does does it other than restores. I know he did one recently, uh, cleaned it up, kind of give it that old look to it, in it. Uh, kind of give it that old use and abuse. It was almost like a old school fire axe that you just keep behind the seat of a pickup truck. Oh, it looked awesome. Uh, I will, with fair warning, these things launch wire bits everywhere. The entire area is covered with them. My clothes are covered with them. I've tracked in the house because what it does is it comes with the cups. It comes with the little wheels, and as you can see, this one's starting to thin out in spots. It flings wire out, and then it has these. I know Magdad pins these up with uh, shrink. Uh, but yeah, I'll send you where I got them. But yeah, uh, yeah, it's just one of those. Uh, just fair warning. Uh, I get covered in bits. I don't think about it half the time. You guys have probably seen some of the videos where I've just stopped and had to pull something out. Uh, but you get a lot for a little, so I'm not worried about it because of what I do here. And how aggressive I am on the bits. I'm not worried about uh, turning into a pin cushion because with the price of true Dremel bits like this or their wire wheels, I do have some over here. I'd be broke by the end of the first 2 weeks. Hang on. I lost my. Okay. If my squirrels get working on this, I'll forget to have some coffee. I'll forget everything. I know most people that go to clean tools don't. I don't go to some of the crazy lengths I do to clean tools up, but I'm going to try to make them back brand new so I can say it's like I bought them new. I do love old tools because they were not afraid to stamp stuff all over it. But when it comes to cleaning them up, that makes it a pain in the butt because there's 18.6 trillion little pockets and cracks and crevices to deal with. Okay. I used this on a cup on a deep well socket yesterday. Make sure it didn't have a bunch of grease and grime. There's nothing worse than trying to clean a tool up and then turn around and grab a wire brush that's got grease and grime, and now you're just smearing it all over the tool you're trying to clean. Not saying that the name embossed in here is still very strong, proud, and pronounced, but it's shredding the blue towel. Definitely looking better. Just got to get the rest of that and then work the outer edges. Then deal with the little spin, that. But anybody that wasn't here at the beginning, that spring is in excellent shape. That's not too bad. So the channels are done. Well, there's the next channel. Only thing's got a little bit of dark spots down in here where the rust and crust and the pitting got into it. But some of that's just going to be due to the pitting and eating through some of the finish and causing shadowing. But still got a nice little shine to her now. Got to get the rest of it looking good. Now I hit it with multiple different types of brushes because these old wrenches are have a little texture, and if they got rust, then obviously they got some pits, and I want to try to get as much of the dirt, debris, grime, and crud out of every bit of it. So I'm going to put some oil on it to seal it up, keep it from rusting a little bit. I'm not burying crud underneath it. I've seen a couple tools relatively recently where somebody threw some stuff on it. Uh, uh, Brain just stopped working. They put some kind of a grease on top of a tool. So I thought all I had to do was clean the grease off it. Well, I got the grease off it with some cleaners, and when I got underneath it, it had trapped moisture under it, and it actually had huge, nasty craters in the metal. If I remember right, it was just one of the old chunky box wrenches. I guess somebody thought they were going to put some thin coat of grease on it to preserve the patina. Well, what they did is they trapped moisture under it, and it just kept eating away at the metal. Okay, let me try to get caught up here. Hey Travis, SJ Relics and Restorations. Oop. Speak of the devil. There's wire. Um, yeah, great guy, out of South Carolina. Uh, he does a lot of knife stuff. You'd probably like him. Okay. You have. So I told you to give up on because it's too far gone. No. There's not a tool that was too far gone that I give up on. Yep, I got another wire in my shirt. Believe it or not, I have. I don't know if you saw the short and what this one, the Stephen Walden one, looked like from the beginning, but that's what I got it to. And I think the same day I had did a snap-on, which was very bad shape. But the problem with that one, yeah, that was cracked, welded, and it cracked again. But it was buried and hiding under all the rusted crust. And it was really bad rust. It was bad enough. I was using a mini pry bar to actually scrape before I even attempted to do any cleaning. I have a wrench that I just picked up because of being out there and trying to grab stuff before we went and did the meet and greet at Jacktown that I grabbed it, bought it, either paid 50 cents or $1. Didn't realize till I got home that it was cracked. Not a big crack, just a little 64th of an inch crack beginning where it just started to fracture under load. Is that one too far gone? Nope. That one's going to get cleaned up, blued, and geez. It's going to get cleaned up and blued. it's not a company that I'm used to seeing. So even though it's got some minor damage to it, yep. Oh yeah, George. On top of the fact that I'm now covered in wire bits, they're non-ferrous, so you can't just take a magnet and try to find them. They just, yeah. So yeah, being non-ferrous, the great idea of grabbing a magnet to try to find them all was an epic failure on my part. Yet I still wear short sleeves, shorts, and Crocs, and still fling wires everywhere. Okay. Yeah, even Scott Crafter was saying that the 50-cent dollar tables were just some of the best he's seen in many years. Ooh. Okay. Oh. Getting a little warm. My poor 35-year-old Dremel's seeing better days. Yeah, I can feel it pounding in my arm right now. This one is a very bad crimp job. So I can feel the little pings, the constant pinging into my arm here. What's the old thing to say? Price you pay to play the game. Yep, nope, that one's done. Missing half the wires here. Buy cheap, get cheap. It's the nature of the beast. Cool. I haven't seen. We haven't had many garage sales this year. At least none that we've noticed. We have a few people about 10 miles away that do yard sales every weekend. They saw a lot of junk or weird eclectic stuff. Sorry about blocking the view. I'm casting a light shadow. Casting a light shadow on this side. So as the light's hitting it, I can see in the little crackles, crinkles, and everything here. to know that I've actually got all the debris lifted out of it, because it looks shiny here, but it's not. If I put my hand up, create just a light shadowing, not a harsh one, but it cuts out 2/3 of the bar, it lets me see what I'm actually doing. Yeah, it's just finished, knocked off. That the chunk, so it's shadow. Okay, just got to get up in the main body. Okay, be safe. Jeez. There it is. I was just using that on the jaw side just to get the any grease or grime off it. Now I'm going to make sure that the edge now, well, it's hard to see, but it's got a good shine to her now. No, just one little gouge in there. I didn't think to look at the other side that's still in the workbench that needs to be worked on. I didn't think to look to see how that was. It made it up pretty decent. Now the long, slow, tedious process. Especially on a large wrench. I think this bad boy is going to look really nice when it's done. It's not a difficult clean. I've had a lot worse to work on. These are actually some of the easiest to tidy up. I don't know what they do to their metal, but I found that most everything from diamond tool horseshoe or diamond tool and caulk, depending upon how old, I don't know what they do to their metals, but they are so nice to work on. Hey Jim, how's it going? Ooh. I'm gonna give this thing a bath. I still got to work the end. Just realized it. Wasn't paying attention. Okay. Let me tidy up the end because I forgot that part of it. I'll just use this. Because it's the tail end of the wrench, more times than not, this takes a lot of abuse. There's the wire. It was getting poked. Come on. I'll just grab another one. Wait. I will run these things right into the ground. Oh. Well, I need to go find me a cookie. I deserve a cookie. Most of the time when I'm restoring and working on tools, whether it's a socket or whatever, I'll get it done. I think I've completed what I thought I should have completed, but then I realize what I forgot. And 99.9999% Dove Pure, for those of us old enough to remember those commercials, I always forget the stupid hole. And I always forget to clean the rust and crud out of inside the groove assembly. So the jawline, nice and tidy, going up, going down, no major burrs or anything down in there. So far, I'm happy with this. Okay. Actually, you know what? Let's just do a little. This is going to be scary. It really is. So I've got a few Dremel items. And actually, I got a couple Dremels. And I got a container that has a whole bunch of El Cheapo wire brushes in them. But just most tools start off, well, when this thing was first put on, it was an 8-inch wheel. Obviously, it's not an 8-inch wheel anymore. 2000 grit fiber wheel. I think that's a 80 grit fiber wheel if I need to get really hateful with it. And then obviously 1x30 and an assortment of conditioning belts. And then over here I have actual sanding belts if I need to get really aggressive with metal. So kind of a hodgepodge thing, but like with this, I start with the wire wheel, and depending upon how it cleans, I may have to go after it with the fiber wheels or turn around and go after the 1x30. Usually by the time I get over to the desk, and start working with the Dremel. I'm very close to completing the task because, oh, what did I just throw on the ground? I felt it when it caught my finger. I'll find it later. But the wheels, the fiber wheels, the fiber cups, these little pin brushes, thinner wire, softer, get into the little cracks and crevices that the big 8-inch wheel doesn't dig out. This gets the fine details at the very end. If that makes any sense. I'm not sure up here it made sense to me. I don't know, Rob. You've sent me. Didn't you send me pictures? That some of your work has been amazing. So wouldn't count that out, not a bit. Because if I have to, I can always go get my email and flip my camera around because my monitor's right here, and I can show everybody some of your work, and they'll agree. Oh, knock the wires off. No, that one. Let me do this. Yeah, do that. Oh, let's see. Okay, good there. Did I feel a wire or not? Yep, there it is. Another one. Hey, Don. Yeah, this one wasn't too bad. It right here where the pitting is in the dark spots, it's about the worst of it, but the rest of it came out really nice. For those that have joined late, this is a diamond tool and horseshoe, 15-inch, but it's stamped ENLRR. And I'm thinking Escanaba and Lake Superior Railroad. And if so, being found wherever Bigfoots are found up in Michigan, that's actually pretty awesome to have one from up a wrench from that way. Gotta love bevel edges. Okay. Something that hit me while I was thinking, hey, Travis, you still there? There was something. Dum, 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 dum. Let's do this. To be honest, I don't think I have it on my phone. Should be live again. It's normal. These my old cheapo. I got a pair of mics from Amazon for only like $15. So I don't pay attention when they die. I know they don't last long. Take a cell phone, find a cradle. The little white cradle, that sagging, I have to shim it with toothpicks to kind of keep it up. I got that cheap on Amazon. I need to find a replacement one. I've got a bracket assembly here. I think I paid $30-$40. That's clamped to my, you know what? We'll just sort of kind of do this. So I got this, I think it was like $30-$40. And because of the bulk ends, that allows me to sit and angle it. And where it sits, I've got it shifted and angled out to where it doesn't interfere with my monitor. It can stay put whether the phone is actively being used or not for this. And it's in position, and then I can just drop it in and take it out. Just take a cell phone and practice. The only way to do it, just upload videos. You don't have to send the videos out. You can keep them private for however long till you get a bunch of videos together. Just practice. And to be honest, I think 98% of my videos are horrible. I don't have the patience to stage and set stuff, to start and stop, start, stop. Because with my squirrels, yeah, no. If I start working on something, I get hyper fixated. There's quite often I've been working on stuff and all of a sudden I stop talking. I'll just stop talking because I get hyper fixated. That's just the way, I guess, the way ADHD works. You get hyper fixated on something. People have to remind me to drink water. I got guys last week when it was 3 days at 100 degrees. Randomly through the day, I had guys from up north and other just calling, hey, when's the last time you drank something? When's the last time you sat in the truck and cooled down? Because they know if I get hyper fixated on something, I'll go. I was out here, well, before I turned it into a disaster area again. When I was out here cleaning, I got out here about 8 o'clock in the morning, and I didn't realize until Mrs. Bigfoot came home at 4:30 from school. I didn't realize I didn't stop to eat, drink, or nothing. I just stayed focused on doing all this stuff. So yeah, I clam up at times because it's like what I did when I was working this. I went from jabbering to just nothing. Yeah, I get the El Cheapos, and right now I'm covered in wire bits. I've already pulled a few out of my hands and arms as far as the Dremel bits. I get the cheap ones. I mean, don't get me wrong. I mean, they got a lot of dust on them now because I won't use them. I have some actual Dremel ones. But at how much these things cost per wheel? No thanks. I'll turn into a pincushion. I've got the cut brushes and other stuff too. It's just cheaper to pick wire off me than it is to pay that, because I think I said it earlier. I'd be broke in 2 weeks if I actually bought Dremel's stuff. I made that. thanks to Ken's Lanterns, his son made a song for their trip going up to Jacktown, and I turned around and we emailed back and forth, and then I played with the program and created that. So for those that actually watched my other videos, I have, well, actually, if you saw my, say, squirrels, had this thing running, not doing anything. So for those that actually watched my little video saying that I was doing a live tonight, uh, I played with a AI program and made that song. I got tired of trying to, with different programs, trying to put songs, like if I do a long video and I compress it and do it at 5 or 10x speed, because you don't need to sit and watch too much of it, that if I put music to it, it turns around and uh, uh, it triggers YouTube's AI system and possible copyright infringement, yada yada yada. I don't need strikes or anything like that. So yeah, I saw Ken's Lanterns, saw his video. I reached out to him and we were chatting back and forth, and he said his son made it, and I said, well, I'll give it a shot. If I don't have time, I might have to commission his son to make one. I got to play with the program. I thought it was fairly quick, easy, simple. Next thing knows, it made a list of about 4 songs. I clicked on one of them, and it was okay. Clicked on another one, it was okay. Clicked on a third one, I was like, oh, I like that one. So I've got like a 3-minute song, and then I can cut and trim whatever section that I want out to insert. So when I do high speed or compress it, I'm not using some video or some audio from one of the programs that YouTube may not like, even though that program give me permission to use it. So I figured I give it a shot. I put it on the video that said today was having a live, because obviously as a Pennsylvania Jacktown last Friday, that's why I didn't do it. And then I have a video coming out, I think Wednesday. It's either the one on Sunday or the one on Wednesday. I did a little something different at the very beginning and played some of the song just to throw it out there and see how that plays. So if it holds on a couple of videos, then I know that YouTube is not going to have any issues with it, especially since it was AI generated, and they're not, because and with that, then I know I've got music that I can play in the background when I do stuff. Now the funny thing is, not saying that there's little quirks and bugs in the AI that they use, but I accidentally had my video, as I was exporting it. So I was recording another video while exporting one video. Didn't pay attention to it. I went to upload the video, and it tagged me for possible copyright infringement. What was it? It was my own voice, because when the program was done exporting it, it started to play it. So it had my voice in the background of my next video, and it tried to tag me for copyright infringement. So that's when I had to go back through and fully listen to it, and I realized that it started playing when I jumped over and clipped it out. And then I was like, no, I gotta do something about that. Thank you. Yeah, I think I'm gonna play with it some more, but I may have to. I'm definitely gonna be playing with that program like I do with others, where I create my images that I use for intro and outros. Uh, so I figure I give it a few weeks, and then I had to play with it, because if I was people, I would be tired of seeing the same intro all the time. So yeah, I'm constantly changing, constantly trying to create new images. Oh, grid pitch is wrong for this one. This plastic wheel is too thick to do what I needed to do. So let's get back to the other pin cushion. Bad thing about this one is it launches right at my face. I could feel the little ping, ping, pings. And what I was talking about El Cheapos, there you go. The bristles are flying off, and I could feel getting peppered by this stupid thing. It's the only downfall of the cheap ones. The crimp job is horrible. So I got the threads good. I got the main body good. No. Lost where I was at. That is some fine threads in that, I can tell you that. Not easy being able to dig into the thread and get all the soft debris out. Well, pin is now looking good. One more piece down. Spring is in excellent condition. Still needs to be a little tidied up. Cannot leave it part done. Well, I guess I'm going to be using this one. Now the fun part, I'm trying to clean this spring. So not only do your fingers get a little banged up from the spinning wire wheel, but springs do a really good job of transferring heat. And the friction, woo, it generates some heat. So granted, the spring is not visible. It's buried. It's hidden up in that little cup right there. Never be seen, but still got to make that a spring. It's a piece of the tool. Got to make that spring look good. And what I do is I take just a little bit of rut roll. Oh, I got some over there. Super lube, just a little bit. And I put a thin. Oh. Guess what? There it is. Yep. I know I got hit by a wire. Just a little bit of super lube on the spring. It's not going to interfere with it. It's not going to impact its ability to do its job. But with that light coat of super lube on it, if any moisture does manage to get down there, it'll help keep it from rusting. And if the spring don't rust, it's not going to collapse. Oh, for a minute I thought I had another wire in me. It'll keep the spring from corroding, because I had to do a lot of work on a spring that was corroded, rusted, and I had to do a lot of work on it because when it compressed, got corroded, and it would not return to its natural state. Took a lot of work. Of course, with the rust, it ate up the metal, so it thinned it out, softened it up some, but it was able to return to where it needs to be. So everything gets taken care of. Everything gets treated. The pin on the shaft side, and I will probably send a Q-tip through this with just a little bit of super lube on it. Just try to keep any friction down. And help keep it from building any rust or surface corrosion. Anything to keep it running smooth for as long as it can. Sorry, I wasn't doing this to show. I was using this because I'm bouncing the light. That way I can see if there's any dirt, rust, or crust. It is full smooth shine inside. I just got to get that looking better. Oh, yeah, we used to. I used to down the down around the ocean on some of the bolts for some of the hardware we had. People thought it was silly, but we had a VC3 or VC6. I think it was VC3. VC3, I think is what it was. It was one of the two, but I think it was VC3. It was a squeeze grease uh, that we used. I used to slide it over a connector to keep water and moisture out. But I used to take that when I had to put the bolts back into a housing, is I'd smear it on there and send the bolts in, knowing that when I put it in, I'd give it just a little extra oomph. I mean, obviously it's got to be ultra tight because it doesn't compress, but just put a little on there, wipe off 98% of it, then send it in, put just a little bit more torque than you normally would, and come to find out it allowed those bolts to free up. Okay, have a good one, Don. I know what that was. Um, but yeah, oop, 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 oop. Hmm. Well, that one that was. Well, that stupid flat. Oop, oop, where is it? I felt it. Here it is. Oop, oop, oop. And there's another one. And another one. Okay. Woo. Goodness. I knew this thing was launching bits, but did not realize they were all stuck in me. I track all those into the house, I'm gonna get in trouble. So I can tell you, I know because I've pulled them out of my feet many, many times, but other people don't need to deal with that. I'm just sending this in on a soft angle. It's not hitting this side, it's just hitting this side. And with the soft angle, I'm just running it down the threads. And for the most part, well, it cleans it up pretty good. Then I go back the other direction. Then I look for anything I missed. I bet this is dirt and grime that's older than me. So yeah, I hope if there's any patina boys out there watching, they ain't getting mad at me for doing this. And now I'm just doing a bounce. I'm doing a left and right bounce, rotating the cylinder with the other hand. And that will get anything that soft angle didn't capture. And I get it too close to the end and make it jump. And since I'm not sure which side it was on, I'll just do them both. I got stuck dunk over here. That's why I'm working it back and forth a little more aggressive than normal. Mm. There we go. I should have had these on the whole time. I'm giving it a little bit of a bath. Firebomb it. There we go. Well, the great thing about 91% alcohol, does a really good job cleaning the dust, the dirt, and the debris off the tools. But it's also very good at letting you know where or when you cut yourself. Because it'll find it. It'll let you know. More times than not, I've done something to myself and didn't even have a clue till this stuff hit it. But I'd rather have alcohol hit it than good old monkey blood. Woo! Still sold. You ain't gonna find it in my house. Not happening. Dealt with enough of that when I was a kid. Okay. So there she is. Oops. There we go. Both sides of the channel is clean. Both ends. Center is cleaned. So the pin, spring. Oh, that looks really nice now. Not bad. Like I said, got some metal damage here. Got some pitting along that, which is giving it the dark spots. But overall, I'm very happy with how it's coming out. Even the teeth, that's going to mate up great in there. There it is. Another wire. Okay, I'm gonna take a bait break. Goodness, can't see nothing through these things. Wow, it's amazing what happens when you actually clean your glasses every now and then. You can actually see. Oh, I've gone out of coffee already. Yuck. Horribly warm and flat Dr. Pepper. Mm. Okay. So before this thing gets put back together, there's only one piece left to contend with. And that's gonna be the part that I didn't want to deal with, but I got to deal with. But I don't think it's gonna be so bad. I'm gonna have to check to see if this will fit in there. Then I'll peel down the steel wool. I did this for another project that I needed that bore brushes wouldn't even make it down inside. All right, let's go to the other side. That's where I left it. Ooh. Hopefully it's visible. Last piece. Getting down in that hole right there, that's gonna be the hard part. But if I can get that clean, all the rest of it's easy. So that'll look better very shortly. Hitting it with a cut brush on the Dremel gets to be a little interesting because of all the curves in it, it wants to jump around. Even that side's not too bad. It's got one little buggered mark right there. But I think I'll leave it because for the most part, it's flat. Now we got to do the fine tuning. Whoa. Yep, got the timeout. Oh, come on. I know that damn thing's stuck in my toe. Yep, it is. I got to find it. Okay. Woo. Goodness. Nothing like getting a piece of these bristles stuck in your toe. When it does, it always finds the nerve. Okay. For the most part, it's definitely better than it was. Jawline looks good. Like I said, other than that little dent right there, I'll leave it. But logo looks really good too. Forged steel, heat treated. Another fun part, cleaning the inside. This is where the Dremel is going to go away. I got to go dig out other stuff. And I knew better. I knew I should have left that stuff out too. Ooh. Got wire bristles in the chair. Now it's time to get with the drill. That will work good on that. Oh, goodness. Yep. There's a wire in the front edge of the chair. Fight with that some other time. So I need my adapter cap. Might be this one. Oh, that was a lucky guess. Gonna be a little funky noisy. Yeah, that didn't get a bite. Sorry about that being loud and obnoxious. It's getting there. That's nice and clean. This will be. Hey, where'd it go? Here it is. Just got to deal with this one and this one. The double side here is clean. That should be good. Can't use the boar brush because the fact that it's got that. Can't use the boar brush because that tip. It'll go down in there and it won't hit where it needs to hit. Oh, it won't bottom out. Nope. That will not work either. So I may have to change up. May have to try to use a boar brush and just not be able to get all the way down into it. I'm getting a bite on this. That's weird. That's why. This is a spinner. Nah, that's not. That's why it was spinning. That's why I wasn't getting a good. The base was getting a good bite. Top was spinning. Gotta see if I got another one that might match up to it. That does not have the spinner base. I didn't even realize that. That'll work. I don't see anything with. Fun part, trying to get into the. Well, I knew the bottom was clean. It's still. Oh, it's clean. And the threading is now cleaned out. Okay. Oops. All righty. I'll tidy up inside now. That's the fun part. Putting it back together. I was looking for it the whole time and it was sitting right under my nose. Like I said, ultra thin layer. Doesn't need much of anything. What's the old adage? Grease and oil should be seen, not felt. You should be able to see the shine, but not feel the thickness. There's a burr somewhere up in here. I think it's back here. I think it's where the battle damage was. The thing is dented and flat. Sorry. Where some of the little battle damage is down here. I think it's flattened out enough that it's causing a little friction. But yeah. It's not like I'm going to be running. Well, let me get the pin in. Not like I'm going to have the jaw all the way down here and be trying to turn something that's that big. Have a good one. There she is. All cleaned up. Looking good again. And the railroad stamping's not damaged. The diamond tool and horseshoe looks pretty good, including where it got scuffed out from the corrosion and pitting. Thank you. Hey, how's it going? Oh, actually, it runs smooth all the way to the stops. That might have been a to help keep it from dropping out. There's a little drop of 3-in-1 oil. Spread it out, spread it around. Let it soak into its thing. There's where. There she is. Got a little bit of oil on it to keep it from getting any corrosion, rust, or crud on it. I think she looks pretty daggone good now. Runs smooth too. The jaws. Here, let me. No real daylight, because that's bright light. No real daylight there. Just some minor daylight, which is fine, especially for something as old as this. So I'll let that sit for a while. Do its thing. So I find if I just let it sit for 5-10 minutes or so with the oil on it, it just kind of absorbs. I can occasionally do a little wipe out. Thank you. I got an 11-inch one, but I was pretty sure that 15 was the biggest one I had, at least in this size or that class category, whatever you want to call it. Close enough. Oh, goodness. Well, it took 2.5 hours to clean a wrench, but it's not a small wrench. I haven't looked in a while. Let's say E&L Railroad. Oh, that might actually be Erie Lackawanna, a Lackawanna. So most likely, because it didn't say ELS, it just said EL. It's an Erie Lackawanna Railway. Oh, that's cool. Oh, cool. It's railroad wrench. Oh, yeah. I was guessing that it was Escanaba Lake Superior because just E&L. But when I typed in E&L Railroad, to find out that it's probably most likely going to be Erie Lackawanna, which is pretty wild. Does it have a map? Primarily New York, New Jersey, Pennsylvania, Ohio, Indiana, Illinois. Well, this was pulled in Pennsylvania, so most likely that's what it was. Okay. Yeah, this one is a diamond tool and horseshoe. It's just stamped up there, E&L for the railroad. I have an 11-inch version of that that's just plain Jane, and I also have two of their pipe wrenches. And they have the faceted sides. The one I cleaned up, I know I did a video on it a while ago. I high polished the faceted edges on it. Oh, goodness. Trying to think of what that is. That one. Give it a shot. I forgot I needed to upload and get the printer printing back when I started this 2.5 hours ago. I forgot all about it. Trying to complete something. So I've made a little 10mm snap-on guy that can sit on the edge of a shelf or workbench. Then I made his big brother. Now, don't laugh, guys. Made a ratchet. That's going to have some dangly legs on it. And I got extensions. So I'm going to make another one of those, but it won't have the Snap-on logo on it. And it'll probably say 1/2 inch or something like that. We'll make another one, and he's going to have dangly legs with, it's going to be a gray body, but with black feet. And I already made a little black baseball hat for him. So the ratchet will have dangly legs, and then the extension will support a miniature version of the socket buddies sitting on top with dangly legs too, and 2 hands. So the box is cleaned as far as it's going to get cleaned. It's been waxed and polished. It's sitting on blocks. That way it's supported on the plates that were designed for the casters. I have one drawer that has the plates drawn. You know what? Here. Of course, the place over here is a train wreck because it came home from Jacktown. So, box has got its battle damage on it, but I'm already playing with things. So I've got little mini drawers because this recesses in. So I already got the plates put in. These are free floating. Here's the quarter drive free floating. Then I've got to line them up and start migrating all my quarter, because this is just going to be quarter drive sockets, SAE metric. I've got more plates here. Oops. And it will go in that drawer when I get white plates done. So I have the black plates ready. The white plates need to be done. And then I will put only 3/8 in here. So Oh, goodness. So it's a slow process because I've been making silly stuff. My granddaughter, a black bear, a brown bear, uh, caramel colored Highland cow, and my wife, a black bear and a brown bear. Now I'm making these ratchet and the socket buddies. So the toolbox is coming along good, but my squirrels keep jumping around and finding other stuff to print versus just staying busy on printing plates and inserts. This is just for quarter drive only. So they got double pegs for the feet, got the hole that's recessed. Here's my demo board. So these are the originals, and the screw head was above the surface. So I wasn't too happy with that. I don't like the sound of putting a socket down in here and metal on metal, tack, tack, tack. So these are the ones that are recessed where I could drop the sockets on. I just, or hopefully the guy that designed these, he did 1/4, 3/8, 1/2 inch. Hopefully he can do 3/4 drive also. If not, then I'm gonna be stuck with them above level unless I take the time to slowly taper them out to where they'll recess in. I was playing with, I kind of like these. I'm not sure I have one nearby and handy. Traveling, doing everything else I've done, I've kind of pushed stuff around and misplaced stuff. I may have already put it back in the other, put it in the drawer. But I had a 1/4 drive ratchet that I was working on. Oh, what do we got here? Here we go. So I figure out where I'm at. So I got these. The head will drop in. That'll sit cradled. I can turn these, just print the same base. So I go from 1/4 drive to 3/8 or 1/2 inch. It should support 3 different sizes. And then I just print different head pieces for the opening of the anvil on each size. Don't see this project getting done anytime soon, because that is a ton of printing. I don't have a print farm, and I don't have a ton of filament on standby. So print what I got when I can, and for the most part, the plates take 4 or 5 hours per plate. I think it's 3 or 4 hours. I can print 30 or 40 of these. Obviously, the bigger they are, the longer it's going to take. I think 5 or 6 hours is the max. I think that's on the 1/2 inch ones, where I kind of put 40 of them down. I think it'll be cool. I did play with these for some of the bigger ratchets, and I'm thinking I might use these for Craftsman because of the candy bar size handles, the raised panel width. So I think I'll use those to cup and hold those for the versus the one for the traditional round ones. I'm going to be kind of hung because they obviously don't build anything for something like that. So I haven't played with any kind of CAD program in years. So I may have to get back into doing CAD, 3D rendering and all that. Then I may have to design my own. Thank you. Jacktown is a blast. I've gone 2 years in a row, and it's been an absolute blast going to Jacktown. Getting all the goodies. I'm going to have 5 videos, part 1 through 5 for what I brought back, which was way too much, really. But that was awesome. That was exciting. My wife picked up some plants and stuff. So she got some goodies that she was able to bring down and put in the flower bed to garden and so forth. The only, what I do think is better than all that is the meetup. The meetup of all the YouTubers. That's the best part of Jacktown. We had obviously Scott Crafter kind of is the band leader for all of this. He does everything, gets it all together, and Andy was there, Paul was there, George, West Highland, Dale, Burnout's Garage, Ken's Lantern, obviously Magdad, because he had to wear his lucky shirt, so we had good weather. I think 805 Road King was there. I'm sure there's probably a couple other people that in my head I just kind of poofed, and I can't remember who all else was there. Pennsylvania Mike was there. Yep, nope, my squirrels are gone. Can't remember anybody else that was there. I'm sure there was. Scott Crafter said we had probably 75 people between YouTubers and friends of all of our channels show up to our little meet and greet. That's huge. That's a lot of people. I thought that was pretty wild. Hang on a second. I think I screwed up. I think I wasn't paying attention, and I hope I did not just cause a big train wreck. Nope, didn't create a train wreck. I sent something to the 3D printer here, and forgot to see if I cleared the plate. But yeah, Jacktown, that's a whole lot of fun. It's huge. But like I said, the best part of it is getting to reconnect with fellow YouTubers. And for the most part, we just communicate electronically, occasionally through video chats and stuff. But it's just great getting to meet the guys again, face to face. Can't wait till next year. Hopefully, we have a couple people that might try next year. Hopefully, of course, they got long treks because they're partway across the country. It would be awesome for them to come out because that would be one heck of a video. we already have an awesome video with the East Coast guys, but to be able to get some central and possibly closer to the West Coast guys over to Jacktown, that would be just amazing. Or as people would say when I was younger, that would be sick or rad. Ah. Oh. So I just realized I had got a bunch of messages and everybody wants to poo-poo 12-point sockets. I've been using 6 and 12-point sockets for over 40 years. They both have their place. But if you're trying to rack on a something that's rusted, you don't need that you don't put that kind of torque on a 12-point. It's a no-brainer. I mean, sorry to bash on those that just left comments like that, but it's a no-brainer. 12 points have their place, 6 points have their place. It's like guys that blow out the gears, the anvil and pawls in a 3/8 drive ratchet because they refuse to go back and grab a 1/2 inch, or they tear up a 1/2 inch because they refuse to step up and get a 3/4 drive that has more torque capability to do stuff. That just falls under my little pet peeve of abusive behavior with tools. I got a bunch of 12-point sockets, and I've never destroyed nuts and bolts with it. If I go to put it on and I can feel it, no. Besides, I'm usually hitting a high power light up there to see what it is, to see the kind of corrosion and all that. Right tool for the right job in the right reason. Sorry for the rant. One of my little pet peeves, and I just happened to see some of the messages going, grr. Okay, I need to come back here. But it's like, I don't know, everybody wants to just, I'm going to just step away and leave that alone. I think I'm going to say, because if not, I'm going to get on that soapbox and it's going to be a long night and I'll never go to bed because I will be griping up with Storm for hours. I have El Cheapo tools from 35, 40 years ago that are not broke, they're not stripped out, they're not blown out. And when I was quite a bit younger, I learned, don't abuse the tools, take care of the tools will take care of you. Doesn't matter whether it's a Kmart tool or it's a Snap-on Mac or whatever. Use your tools properly, they will last you a long time. Proof of that is I have my dad's Kmart socket set from the late 70s that somebody that's now about this tall, about this wide, lots of gray hair, little bald on top. Okay, very bald on top. Used it when he was a kid when he wasn't supposed to be using them. But I took care of them. I didn't overload them, didn't tear them up, and I cleaned them up before I put them back. I now have that entire Kmart socket set, including the plastic speeder. But obviously, I've got Snap-on Mac code Cornwell, Bonnie Billings Williams, Craftsman, Mustang Billings. Shit. Pardon my French. It goes on. I've got probably 50, 60 plus different tool companies. I don't play favorites. They're all good functional tools. I've got Pittsburgh tools. I bought some Pittsburgh tools when I was traveling because I wasn't sure I was going to be able to fly back with them when I was traveling for work. I needed some tools for a specific task that I knew I couldn't get shipped down there with me. I bought Pittsburgh. It survived 4 weeks down in some hot, swampy weather, and I didn't abuse them. And that was 18, 20 years ago. Still have them. Still occasionally use them. Then you got, snap-on tool like that. That's, I figure that one. That's the square block 5. So square block 5, this is from about 1965. And it looks as good today as it did back then. Because either somebody didn't use it or somebody took care of it. They did not just abuse it. This wrench looks as good as it does, other than it having a bunch of rust and crud on it. The jaws aren't all chewed up. Somebody did not use it like a lot of people do. They didn't turn this into a hammer and start wailing on stuff. And this is a beautiful 15-inch diamond tool and horseshoe wrench. I'll use it for the right job, for the right reason. But I'm not going to, I'll walk back and forth to all the toolboxes because I'm definitely a firm believer in if you're going to do the job right, but use the right tool. And I think that's why I have way too many tools. Because I got to have the right tool. I mean, I see it. I know I don't have it. I want it. I get it. Might take me a couple years, but I will find a reason. I will find a way. And all of a sudden I will say, I need this tool. And turn around and go to the drawers, start pulling them. Yep, there it is. I got it. Guess what? Bam. Other people, they'll try to make do with what they got. And that's where stuff gets all tore up. It's like the guys I work with, obviously they use the bigger versions, the 12-inch ones, but they love using these for everything. But they don't realize those teeth in there, when they're grabbing and slipping and sliding and trying to wrench on stuff, it chews them up. Then I got to go back behind them 6 months to a year or so later, and I'm grabbing onto it to try to break the connection, and now all of a sudden I'm getting my hands sliced up because they chewed it up and gnarled up the connectors. So okay. What time is it? 11 o'clock. Holy cow. Oop. I think I found another wire. Yep, there it is. Other wire. I think I'm probably going to call this one a day and bag it. I've been doing this for a couple hours now. Just wanted to get that all tidied up, cleaned up, and looking good again. It'll take me some time to try to hoe out the desk because I made a mess of it today and tonight. I got another great wrench, and it's a large one. It's a big 15-inch. So do one more showcase before I. Yep. So yeah, it mates up pretty good. Just got a little micro. This side's flush. This got a little dent to it right there. Just a little bit of a dent. But other than that, And that little gap, micro gap up there, it doesn't go all the way across. This bad boy is in excellent condition and runs up and runs down, no problem. I seriously doubt I'm going to ever have a need for the jaws to be open that much. Most likely it'll be this size or smaller. Maybe that big, but probably the size or smaller. So that horseshoe is still looking great considering its age. Got to figure out why that was stamped. It could have been a company, but pretty cool. So everybody have a good night. And as always, good luck in the hunt.